Welcome to Venusian Soul Tarot. Today I'm back with a timeless pick a card reading, and it's going to be how are you surprising others. So I want you to cast your gaze over the cards and ask your higher self which card has a message for you. We have group number 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. If you need to pause the video to meditate further, please do so. But for those of you who are ready, let's get started. Hi, group 1. I'm hearing for this group, you're surprising others by how you've been able to overcome certain things, specifically past pain, emotional wounds. For some of you, it could extend to even trauma or difficulties in childhood. But again, you're so powerful, and the reason you can do this is because your heart stayed open. It was actually the power of your heart and your kindness and compassion saved your life. And what these individuals perceiving you may not realize or recognize is these could be individuals, for example, that take kindness as weakness or love as a softer emotion, a softer energy. But in truth, love is the most powerful energy that you can embody. So they may be watching and not really understand how you've been able to do this, but it's because your heart stayed open, you were able to transmute certain energies. But I feel like I'm hearing it would have taken out a lesser soul. So for some of you, I feel like you may have had a lot of difficulties or difficult relationships that you've had to let go of or walk away from. But it's like you were able to completely release that. You were able to move on. I'm hearing that it's like you flow like water. But when you think about it, if you're really rigid, you're more likely to shatter, right? You're more likely to break when you come into or experience these types of energies or situations. But because you're able to flow and I'm also hearing you're really good at pivoting. It's like you could be in the worst scenario, and it's like you have a way of making it work in and for your favor. It's like you pivot, or your mind is very flexible, is very agile. So I feel like you can always see another perspective. You also have so much love and compassion. Even the individuals that hurt you, I feel like you can still understand why they did what they did. It's almost and that helps, I feel, to give closure, even when you may not have closure verbally. I also see 5-5 here. You're really good as well at change. You've changed a lot. That's the other thing that's surprising others. You may be a completely different person to when these individuals knew you. I feel like the people you're surprising are the people that hurt you to some degree. This could be like an ex-lover, ex-partner, family members, people from your past who weren't very kind to you. There's an energy that it's specifically like karmic energies or people that have hurt you. And for some of you, you may have been the black sheep in your family or your community in general. And you've had to really heal your self-concept, let go. You've let go of a lot of projections, because I feel like at one point these individuals or these circumstances could have had you in your mind, or could have had you almost second guessing yourself or feeling and struggling to move forward. And it's like now it's like all guns blazing. You're surprising people as well with Page of Wands and 7 of Cups with how innovative you are and how many opportunities you can magnetize to you, how many opportunities as well that are lining up on your doorstep. You also have great ideas with the Page of Wands. So you're surprising people, they may look at you, and this could relate, for example, to creative projects or your career in general, but it's like you always have a new idea, and it ties into that pivot energy that you know how to kind of shift the energies or transform yourself to create a different outcome. And it's funny, you have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So again, new beginning. And it's like you may have had to start over many, many times. I feel for a lot of you, you may have already left these individuals behind and moved on to the new. And the other thing that's surprising them is it's like you don't have resentment and anger, because I feel like that's the bit they can't understand, because perhaps if they were in a similar circumstance, they wouldn't be able to overcome that or let it go or still hold compassion for individuals. But with you, it's like, again, I keep hearing you flow like water. It's like nothing can block you. And these could have just been individuals even where there was a little bit of self-sabotage with 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords. Like they could have tried to knock down your confidence or get you in your head about who you are, what you're worth, what you can do. And it's like, it didn't work is what I'm hearing. You have a lot of air here. Well, I feel your energy is very watery. So for some of you, it could be a water sign or you could have water prominent in your chart. But you also have 6 cards with sword energy. So a lot of this healing and a lot of what you've overcome has been in the mind, has been mental. And some of you, it could have been like mental inflictions that people were directing toward you, right? That were shifting your beliefs or how you felt about self, about life. But I just keep hearing it didn't work. I also feel like your connection to your intuition, to your soul, to love, to the divine is so strong that it just didn't, I don't know, it didn't have the desired effect. It wasn't able to block your path or throw you off kilter. But again, for this group, you're very emotionally resilient and you could have been dealing with people that were very emotionally stunted or immature. So for them, this is kind of mind-blowing because they don't understand how. They don't understand how you did it. They don't understand like how you've got the outcome that you have from this. Like how do you start here and end up here? Right? And with 5 of Swords, this doesn't have to be literal failure. This could be, again, seeds planted in your mind. For those of you that live a life that's more, you know, freedom loving, right? That's less conventional. You could have had individuals that were trying to plant seeds that, you know, you can't be successful if you start your own business or you can't make money doing that. And it's like you've proven people wrong. But again, you're not doing it in order to prove them wrong. Like I feel it's not coming from like, I'll show you like a vindictive energy. You don't have that energy at all. And that is a bit that really, you know, throws them. Also your peace of mind. They could have known you in this energy, partly because I think some of these energies may have helped to create this energy. But now you just seem very like peaceful, accepting of self, very zen, very calm. Your energy is very loving, very free flowing. And with 6 of Swords, you could have surprised people when you walked away. So for some of you, you've left behind, I'm getting strong energy of like family or like early karmic kind of connections, like from a longer time frame ago, or like a community, someone that people that you grew up with or went to school with or college with that you've moved away from completely. But maybe they weren't expecting that. I just heard you're no longer stuck in your mind. And it's like now you've mastered your mind and now it works for you because it generates all these ideas, all this abundance, all these new pathways that you didn't consider. It's made you, again, you're very mentally agile and flexible and you can pivot. Your first oracle is forgiveness. See bigger picture, trust and heal. But that's the thing, you've been able to forgive completely. And that's the thing as well that surprises them. I think some of them are realizing you have a very strong connection with spirit, your spirit guides or a higher force. Even if they don't believe in those types of things, I think they can sense that you're tapping into something. They're realizing there was higher wisdom for why you sought a particular path that to them may have seemed risky or uncertain. Now they're getting, oh, that was in alignment with their destiny, or that was in alignment with who they were and who they are. So it could be as well, these people viewing how your life has unfolded, it's giving them clarity in terms of why you were saying certain things or acting in a particular way. But I feel, I'm looking at 9-9 and I feel like you've had to really close out this cycle. Yeah, you have 9 again. So you've definitely closed the cycle, grown, evolved. Dolphins play. It's okay to relax, smile again, share your flow. Yeah, it's like your joy is back, your sparkle is back. They're surprised by how happy you are, how you have complete peace of mind, that whatever they've done or said, it didn't really have any effect. You've shared or released other people's energies, their projections. You also have much thicker skin than they realize. And again, I think they thought because you're loving, you're kind, you know, you're heart-centered, maybe they perceived that as weakness, or they didn't think you'd be able to kind of bounce back like this. And it's really shown them that, you know, perhaps they pegged you wrong. And you have inner child, innocence, self-awareness. Yeah, I just heard a return to innocence. Some of you have definitely healed and purified from your family of origin and childhood, childhood wounds, or even just being, I just heard outcast or the black sheep, where they may not have understood you or you were very different to the other people in your family. And so it's funny the Nine of Swords is beneath this, because I see this as like certain projections or things they said that was sticking to you, but it had nothing to do with who you were. So now they're perceiving you as you truly are, in your true form and your beautiful authenticity. And I feel like some of the choices you made, the things you said, are making a lot more sense to these people. Now they can see you more clearly. Yeah, you have community, healing, division, teamwork, freedom. Yeah, with Ace of Swords, you broke free. I'm hearing that Kelly Clarkson song, I'll spread my wings and I'll learn how to fly. I'll do what it takes till I touch the sky, and I'm going to break away out of the darkness and into the sun. I won't forget the place I come from. But for some of you, I feel like you really have had to sever ties with where you came from. I just said that and I looked down, the great severing. But that's what I'm feeling like for many of you. I don't think certain people expected to be cut off by you, because I think you're so forgiving and loving and compassionate. Maybe they thought you'd just like stay or tolerate this type of energy. So that was a surprise. But it's like your energy is like, I just had liquid gold, but water, free flowing. And then I see these people as like rocks, like dragging, like very dense energy. And it was dragging you down. Like, I don't think you could fly around these people, right? It just wasn't your environment. What could be surprising others too is you found a community or individuals around you that really support, love, and nourish you for who you are, right? I'm getting unconditional love. It's a very genuine, authentic energy. Also, the fact you completely accept yourself is what I'm hearing. You could have been plagued with insecurities. Again, I don't think they were your insecurities. I think they came from things people were saying or doing. But it's like now it just doesn't affect you anymore. Yeah, so the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. With Page of Swords, it's like you've completely let go of, you've cut off people that bring conflict, that disturb your peace of mind, that bring drama. And at one point you could have had a level of anger or frustration, but I feel like it's come to this place of forgiveness now. Forgiveness, acceptance, letting go. So if you were ever angry and frustrated, I feel like that's not present in your energy field anymore. I'm also hearing these people, like, I feel for many of you, I don't even think they're in your life. So they could be kind of tapping into you energetically or through social media or some other means. Like, I don't feel like they're necessarily people around you. I feel like they're definitely from the past. But it's almost like if they wanted a reaction, like your buttons and your triggers don't work anymore, because it's like you've disabled them, right? Like through self-love, through self-acceptance, this peace you've nurtured and that's flourished within you, it just doesn't work anymore. They can't get that reaction. Yeah, you're definitely an empath, empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. What is surprising people is you gave them back all their energy and you didn't wear it. They were trying to distort your perception of self with Six of Swords. And again, this, I'm not saying they were doing that consciously. I don't even know if these individuals are conscious enough to be aware of what they were doing. But, unconsciously, that's what they were doing, right? They were trying to mold you into what they thought you should be, into the shape they saw fit for you. But it's like you've been able to shed and release everything that's not yours, return to sender, and just be in your own beautiful essence and not allow those things to drag you down or leave you feeling even, I just heard the phrase unworthy. So it could have really created an effect in terms of your sense of self-worth. And it's like now you fully love yourself. You're in this beautiful healed energy, very peaceful. I just heard peaceful warrior, like you put down the sword. And I think there was an element as well. They may be surprised because you started to understand you can't fight fire with fire, right? It just adds, it just grows. So there's a need to almost use that water element. Some of you have used the water energy within yourself to balance out your fire. You have truth. You see the truth very clearly and you are on the money. A lot of these people with the Page of Wands are realizing the things you were thinking about, the things you were saying to them, or the direction you wanted to move in, all of it was on the money. Yeah, and with opportunity, a lot of them, With opportunity in the Seven of Cups, many of you have a lot of opportunity coming toward you. And I don't know if it's shown up yet in the physical world or if it's coming, because we do have this darkness here at night, which makes me feel like it's kind of hidden. So you may have even more opportunities that are coming toward you. But I feel like these people can sense that you're entering like a very blessed time where things are going to really flourish for you. But I feel like that surprises them. For some of you, you just were around people that didn't believe in you and they were trying to paint you with their own failures or fear of failure or whatever their disappointments were from the past. And it's like you're having these breakthroughs and they're like, how did they do it? Why are they the one that gets blessed? But it's, of course, your love, your heart, your energy, because you've earned this energetically and karmically speaking. But these are individuals that may not be conscious of, energy, spirituality. So for them, that's a big surprise here, is how are you able to attract in so much blessing? They may also feel like life is easy for you, like things just flow. And I don't think it has been when you look at the journey that you've been on, but you make it look easy. You make it look effortless. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 2. I'm hearing for this group, people are surprised by how creative you are, how innovative, but I'm also hearing how abundant you are with this 9 of Pentacles. Abundant, independent. And when I say abundance, I'm not only speaking of money, like that can be a factor, but it's also like abundant energetically. I just feel like your vibration, and I feel like your potential to generate wealth is enormous for this group. And it comes from, I'm hearing ideas, downloads, divine inspiration with Ace of Wands. People may be surprised by how tapped in you are. And also, if not yet, people are going to be surprised how you went from rags to riches. For some of you with creative intelligence, I do feel many of you may be on an unconventional path when it comes to like career and wealth. So you could kind of have your own business. You could be like a freelancer, a creative, an artist. And it's like you could make money. Number one, you could have multiple streams of income, I'm hearing as well, and that could surprise people. But it's like your ability to make money out of thin air, or that's how it appears, even if that isn't the case. There's just this sense of like the Midas touch. How do they do that? And again, it's your energy, it's your innovation, it's your ability as well to see potential everywhere. Yeah, and with the Hermit, also your ability to be alone. With the Hermit and the 9 of Pentacles, this group, you're very independent and you're not afraid to kind of be alone, or you've had a lot of experiences in your life where you have had to walk this path alone. You may have been in a situation where you didn't receive a lot of support, or again, people either didn't believe in this path or they didn't fully understand it. I just feel like you may have had to leave a lot of people, places, things behind to be this version of yourself. And with the Chariot, you surprise people. For some of you, you may travel a lot, or you may like have a lot of freedom with your location. You could have a job or a business or an endeavor that's, location independent. So you can, be either a digital nomad or you have an element of freedom with what you're doing. And that surprises people. Also, your ability to manifest, again, I already touched, like you can make things happen out of thin air, but it's like people, I don't know, it's like people may not understand how you live, like how you're getting these ideas, how you attract so much abundance, even seemingly when you're not following the rules for abundance. And again, some of these rules are very egoic, very much centered in 3D consciousness, but these could be people that maybe themselves are a little more conventional or practical. And also, how are you so happy all the time? I just heard with Sunflower. And this is what I mean when I say you're abundant. Like, I feel like I could put you in a room with very little stimulation or things to do, and it's like you would have a great time with yourself. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you'd just be happy, or you'd be working on projects or downloads or ideas. Like, you don't need a lot. So you could be someone, even if you're financially abundant, it's like I'm not getting a very materialistic energy here. Like, it's like you may enjoy, like, for example, the simple things in life, nature, cooking a beautiful meal, sitting with your favorite book. Or for some of you, if I put you in that room, I feel like you'd come out and you would have created or brainstormed a business or a new book or a new project, right? It's, I don't know, there's something about pulling things out of stillness or thin air. Some of you as well could be great at meditation or accessing the divine, whether that's listening to music, tapping into the divine. There's something about using that silence to really fuel you, or using alone time to fuel you. Some people also are surprised at how you can stay motivated. This is what I was trying to say. It's like, for this group, you're a self-starter. Like, you get everything from within yourself rather than needing, you know, entertainment, people, things to fulfill you. Yeah, you're emotionally sustained. Very free spirit. Like, I'm getting like, some of you could be a little like hippie or bohemian. That's what I'm getting, like flower child, like free flowing. There's just a really beautiful energy. But it's like, some people may not understand how you tap into this energy. Like, why are they so happy? What do they have that's making them happy? Because for them, happiness comes from, you know, from people, from the external world. So they're not fully understanding how you are able to tap into this energy, or what this energy even is. I think a lot of people, you inspire a lot of people, or a lot of people, even if they don't say it, they may want to be like you, because I feel like you walk your own path. You march to the beat of your own drum. Very free spirited energy. You're happy to go, like, even if, say you wanted to embark on an endeavor or travel somewhere and everyone's like, nah, I don't want to do that with you, or I don't agree with that. It's like, you're like, okay, fine, I'll go do it on my own. And that's like, you're someone that could go out to dinner with yourself and probably have a great time. Like, there's just this sense of being very, I don't know. And that doesn't mean you're not social, but it's like you really love yourself. You have a beautiful relationship with yourself, and that's what creates this beauty. But with Sunstone, you're also like a ray of sunshine. You just bring such light. And again, I keep hearing they can't figure out why you're so happy. They don't understand where it's coming from, but it's coming from within, right? The soul. Yeah, with King of Swords and Ten of Wands, you surprise people by just baffling their mind. It's like, no matter how much they try to peg you in a particular category or try to understand what you're doing, what you're thinking, what your next move is going to be, it's like you blow them out of the park. You go and do something that they never saw coming, or they're just like, where did that come from? Or what were they thinking when they did this? And it just surprises them, I think. I just heard you can't be bound and you can't be tamed. So you may be someone as well that's great. Some of you could literally be single, but you're really great on your own, right? Even if you're in a relationship, people may wonder how you're so independent or how you're just so good. Like, even if you got no plans for the weekend, it's like you're going to have the best time ever. I don't know. You may have like a lot of ways to kind of, you know, express this joyful creative energy, whether that be like just going for a walk in nature, or working on a project, or working on your business. There's just this sense that you gain a lot of fulfillment and you're sustained by the more simple thing. It could be cooking your favorite meal as well. Initiation, deep trust, deep healing, reconnection with all. I just heard like cat with 9 lives and landing on your feet. So for some people, they feel like you may make calls that they would find risky, but I don't know, you just come out of it unscathed, right? Like, you're very resourceful. Again, some of you could be like I don't know if anti-capitalism is the right word, but it's like your measures of abundance also include joy, love, fulfillment, purpose. Like, it's not just abundant. I do see, if you're not abundant now, I see you being very abundant in your life. But people, again, may be like, how did you go from this to this with abundance? Fullness of source, enough for all, open. And that's exactly what it is. You're so tapped into source and the divine. You're so illuminated at this third eye. That's how you do it. You have so many divine downloads and ideas that help you generate a lot of abundance. But I also feel, you know, the secret ingredient with abundance is gratitude. And you just live, gratitude is your way of life, right? You live with joy. It's like you're happy to be alive. But people may, you know, be looking for, you know, don't they need more to be happy, or don't they need more to feel fulfilled, because they're not as emotionally or spiritually abundant, right? So they don't of course that energy is there within them, but they may not be tapping into it. So they may feel like you live in your own world a little bit. Like they're not, it's like you're dancing to the tune of your own song, but they can't hear the music. So they're like, why are they dancing? That's the energy I'm getting. They also, I feel like people are surprised how things always work out beautifully for you. And it ties into, you know, like a cat with 9 lives, where it's like, you know, say they were to take those risks, perhaps it wouldn't pan out the way it does for you. But again, it's got to do with your energy and also like your mindset, right? Like a lot of people, if they have a knock, they're like, oh, I'm going to give up my dreams. It's not meant to be. And they'll just quit, right? Whereas with you, you'll be like, oh, it's an obstacle. Like I can move past this, or I can innovate. I can try something new. You just have a very open energy. You also have a childlike wonder. And I feel like for some of you, your energy or even your looks, you may look younger than your age. And that surprises people too. You have a very, like, there's an innocence to you. Like that heart center, that childlike inspiration and fun and play you haven't lost it, right? And even those of you, you know, where you're definitely adults, or even if you're mature, it's like you still know how to keep the fun and the joy and that spontaneity. You have expansion, galactivations, initiation, ancient Egypt. Your energy is very expansive, and you could have surprised people by how much you've expanded and grown. Even how much, for example, your abundance, your finances, your projects, your business has grown. Yeah. Cosmic downloads, higher heart healing, see the bigger picture. You surprise people too, because even when you're confronted with the 10 of Wands, you can still see the joy in life. You still have hope. You still have inspiration and light. I also feel with cosmic downloads, again, it's like, where do you get these ideas? With cosmic downloads and abundance above it, it's like you have these great ideas and visions in terms of career, creative projects, finances, but it's like for them, it may seem like it comes out of the blue and they're not really sure how you're drawing them in. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Yeah, I feel like you have embraced, you know, your quirks, your eccentricity, your individuality. You may surprise people with how free you are or how different the things you say and think are, because they may be used to people who are perhaps more conventional or people who conform. So the way you live your life, the way you express yourself, even for some of you, the way you dress could be quite eclectic, or the way you style your hair or makeup. There could be a flair to you that's very unique. And that surprises them. It surprises them that you don't even try to fit in and you don't even care about fitting in. And again, these could be individuals where that's, you know, really important to them, or that's a priority, but they see you and you're kind of, you know, very free flowing. You have called soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. You're always elevating and expanding is what I'm hearing. For some of you, again, you're the leader of your own life. You're creating your own reality. You're living in a way that feels authentic for you, even if it doesn't quite match like the mainstream. Like you live outside the box, outside the matrix. There's an unconventional flair to you. And that surprises people. Also, your confidence. I feel like you're very confident. Like I'm hearing you're a very brave soul, and perhaps you take risks, especially with Magician and Nine of Pentacles around your creativity or your finances. It could be something as well where, say you start a business or you're working on a creative project, it's very unconventional. Like it's like an idea or something that most people wouldn't think of, or if they thought of it, they'd be like, oh, maybe that's too out there, or maybe people won't get it. And it's like you do it and it turns out beautifully. You have focus. People are surprised by how focused you are, how determined. You may have had to spend more time again in solitude to really work on self, right? Connect with source, build up businesses, projects. You may have needed to take time away from external energies in general that could either throw you off kilter or throw you out of balance. You're also very selective, I'm hearing, about who you spend time with. But again, I'm getting determination. You're not easily deterred, even if there are obstacles or things that, you know, may make someone else falter or give up on their dreams. With you, it's like, you're like, nope, like I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep evolving. I'm going to keep moving forward. And look, you literally have stillness. Yeah, you surprise people by how you can work on your own. You surprise people how independent you are, how you can bring things to life with very little support. You surprise people that you can sit alone with yourself. That keeps coming, or you can entertain yourself and still be happy even if there's no one around you. Your confidence, your leadership. And when I say leader, for some of you it could be leaders, but for others of you, I'm getting you're the leader of your own life and you inspire others. For some of you as well, you could be like an influencer, or there's something you're doing online that people either look up to or you help to inspire them to take their own journey. People are surprised that you took the road less traveled and actually saw it through. I just saw 1414 on the timer. You actually stayed true to it, even with the challenges, right? Because there's a lot of people that may have a dream or they may start the dream, but not many people finish the race, right? A lot of people will give up with some challenges. So with you, I feel like you have that determination as well as that free spirit, which helps you to kind of see things through, or helps you to kind of finish the race is what I'm hearing. And again, it's not a race in the sense that, you know, you're always growing, you're always evolving. But I do see, if you're not successful now, I see you being very abundant and very successful in this lifetime because of your perseverance and because of your commitment to your dreams. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, group 3. So for those of you drawn to this group, I'm hearing right off the bat, for those of you who are parents, because we have a child here and here, you're surprising people with, you know, what a great parent you are, how great you are with children. You know, they're really impressed by how you are with your family, right? But that won't resonate for everyone. I do feel for this group, though, you may just innately be great with children, whether you have them or not. But with earth healing, there's this energy of being really protective, right? Of your partner, family, loved ones, like really compassionate, loving, but also I'm getting that fierce mother energy, right? Where it can turn and it's like you're not afraid to stand up and cut someone off with this Queen of Swords as well, if they cross that. So you may be surprising people with how multifaceted you are, because I feel like, you know, look at the angelic expression here with this card, these doe eyes, like very loving, like earth mother, like beautiful vibration. But it's like if someone comes up against you, you're not afraid to like cut them off or tell them how it is. I don't feel like you will tolerate disrespect or poor treatment. People are surprised as well that they can no longer manipulate you. For some of you, you've had to develop this skill of, you know, setting boundaries. And you became this Queen of Swords because perhaps there were individuals that were, because I'm hearing for this group, you are earth angels, and we have master number 11 here. Very giving, very nurturing, very strong connection, for example, to Gaia, to children, plants, animals, like very, you just got a gorgeous energy. Beautiful frequency. But there could have been people that were trying to take advantage of that compassion, or they just weren't showing up in your life in that same vibration. So you may have had to really learn. You're very selective, right? So you could be surprising people with how good you are at cutting people off, or they may not see this coming. It's like you could appear like this and then you appear like this when they cross that boundary. And I feel like that's a skill that Spirit has really guided you to embody. I think you're surprising people with how creative you are. You're surprising people, or you will in this lifetime, surprise people with just how much success you have in all areas of your life. Like I'm getting, for some of you, you have or you will have a really beautiful home, like family, relationships, like all the sectors are beautiful. Or you're moving into that time frame where everything is really beautiful and aligned for you. With the Knight of Pentacles, you're also very patient. So you could be surprising people with just how patient you are. But again, once that patience wears off, or they cross your boundaries, that's it. Like you may go from like this and then being like stone cold, like ice queen or king, where the energy is like, no. And again, but I'm hearing it surprises people because they weren't expecting it. Perhaps they thought you would tolerate their, rubbish or manipulations or whatever it's bringing towards you. But you've really mastered this balance between your feminine and masculine polarities. And I feel like that is part of why you are or will be very successful, because you have this blend. You're a lot more complex and multifaceted than people first envision when they encounter you. Because you have this nurturing, like earth angel energy, they may peg you in that light. And then you have another side. They're like, oh, like there's that fiery, like with Queen of Wands, there's a fiery side. There's an intellectual side. There's many different components. I do think for this group, the Empress isn't here, but I do think you have Emperor or Empress energy. You may surprise people with the partner you have or will have, because it's like very high level, you know, soulmate, very high, how do I say, like the connection is very beautiful, very high vibrational, very healthy. People may really look up to the type of connection you have or will have, for those of you where you want that. But again, it's like you attract that because you're whole within yourself, right? You come into union with the masculine and feminine polarities within your own being. And that's what I feel a lot of you have done. But again, you're more tenacious and fiery than people initially perceive. There's like I just said the underbelly or the underside, where there's different facets to you, but they may not, they may not see it coming, or it kind of blindsides them when they, and again, you'd only show this side, I feel, when people disrespect you or overstep, but it's like they don't perceive that aspect. They don't see it coming. Some of you could have like very, innocent features, like, you know, big, beautiful doe eyes, or just features that are very angelic. Like you may kind of look like an angel or a fairy, or like have more gentle features, right? So people may assume certain things when they first meet you. But I also feel part of why you've developed these boundaries and thicker skin is because of people crossing you. But I also feel like people may have tried to play off your guilt or your compassion, your beautiful heart. And you've learned how to kind of see through people, or see, you know, when people are coming at you with this energy, or they're trying to manipulate, or there's a level of toxicity. It's like now you can catch it straight away. You know what they're doing, you know how they're trying to influence you, and you just are not taking that energy on. Again, you may have closed off or shut the door on a lot of people and situations that weren't for you. So some of this energy of these individuals specifically could be surprised, because they're on the outside looking in. Also, I feel like you are very patient, very peaceful. You do have a good balance internally in terms of your emotional energies. You're also highly emotionally intelligent, but in a way where you can also see people's shadows very clearly. I feel for this group, you've done a lot of healing and integration work. And so you're able to perceive the ulterior or hidden motives and intentions of other people, specifically those who have narcissistic inclinations, or those that, you know, manipulate, essentially. They operate through manipulation. That's just their kind of, I don't know, that's their relationship style. So they may feel like you're not seeing it, or you're innocent, but you can see straight through them. So that could surprise them as well. And they may only realize that when you kind of cut them off. I feel like you're so abundant in every way, in all areas of your life. You may attract as well like takers, but you can already see their intentions before they step toward you. Yeah, and it's like you may surprise people because they may not see that you have like when I say a temper, I don't mean a temper in a toxic way, but I feel like when pushed, or when people disrespect you, and especially like your family, your loved ones, some of you could be a Taurus, or, you know, I'm getting very protective energy. Leo, Scorpio, we have Aries there as well. Earth and fire is coming through pretty strong. But there's a sense that you can be very protective over the people and the things you love. Yeah, like even if it's like a project, you may have really strong like mothering or parenting energy, parental energy to the things you create, right? Very protective. And your first oracle guidance, inner compass, support, trust your guidance. Yeah, you're always on the money with people. Like you can see people very clearly. You can sometimes see people more clearly than they can see themselves. But you may kind of seem in it, like you may play innocent, or they may not be aware at the time that you're picking up on all of this. They may think, like, this is like the energy where people try to pull the wool over your eyes, but you can see, you've seen what they were going to do the whole time. Some of you as well, you surprise people because you are quite psychic and intuitive. But I just keep hearing your instincts with people are on the money. You could read people so well. Like, I just keep hearing better than they can sometimes read themselves. And you have divine blueprint. Source, self-embodiment, inspiration, you are ready. Yeah, you are in this lifetime meant to, I feel, be an example to others. You are an earth angel. You may, for some of you, you bring down divine energies. You may resonate with being a healer, or you have certain divine gifts and frequencies that you bring to Mother Earth that is so crucial at this time. But I feel like there's a lot of people that do or will admire your life, right? Like, it's going to look very charmed or blessed and beautiful for them. And there may be people, again, I just said, that want a piece of the pie or just want to be around your energy. But I feel like you've had to really, Spirit may put you through certain challenges to really help you develop your skill of discernment, because not everyone can come on this journey and not everyone should be allowed access to your energy. The void, ego shattering, soul fragments emptying. For some of you, you've been through a lot of shadow work or ego deaths, and it may surprise people as well just how humble you are. Like, I feel for this group, you don't operate from ego. And that's why I feel like those who are very much identified with their ego and very much about, you know, the ego is always concerned with what it can get and gain. They may not understand this state of being, and they may not realize that you're aware of their techniques because you don't operate from that energy, but you are. It's like you were aware the whole time, and you could see, you know, their next move, what they're plotting, what they're, you know, the energy they're trying to put on you. You have rest. Yeah, you have very strong connection to nature, Mother Earth, the elementals, rest, replenish and release, guilt. Again, patience, I'm getting with the Knight of Pentacles as well. Patience, going with the flow. You don't mind like waiting for, I just heard quality over quantity. I feel like for this group, you would be someone who would remain single or not really invest energy until you met the person that meets you at that level, right? You haven't settled in life. And so that may surprise others because they have, right? Or they felt like maybe they couldn't do something or couldn't receive something. So they, you know, stayed in connections that weren't fulfilling, or they didn't really chase their dreams and have that level of success and love that you have now achieved because you were patient, right? Because you were willing to bet on yourself. But with release guilt, I was saying, I feel like you could have had connections where they were using guilt or some sort of emotional manipulation technique to influence you. And it's like, now you spot it straight away. You just let it go, cut, you know, set boundaries or cut the connection off, or, you know, don't engage with the energy now. Yeah, because you have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. You're the Tower. People may be surprised that you ended something with them, or you didn't continue to give to them. That's what I'm hearing. This group, you're definitely empaths, earth angels, very sensitive. And again, because you're empathic, because you're compassionate and loving, people may feel like, you know, they can get away with certain things perhaps they wouldn't with others. But it's not true, right? Because you're so empathic, you can read their energy. People could be surprised that you're no longer burdened by them, the situation. Like, you move on quite quickly. I don't feel like you're one to sit and like mull or, oh, like this ended and this is still affecting me. Like, it's like, okay, you know, this wasn't aligned. It's ended. I've learnt the lesson. I've grieved. I'm moving forward. The 7 Star Sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. Yeah, I keep getting this energy of birth. People are realizing you're very fertile. This could be physically or energetically or both, but you're very fertile. You're very creative. You have a really divine energy. And I do feel for many of you, people are surprised because you've perhaps what you create in this world or this lifetime, like your legacy, is very otherworldly, right? Some of you could also resonate with being a star seed, and you're here to kind of bring or seed these energies on the earth. I'm getting very strong Pleiadian energy with the 7 Star Sisters, but there is this sense here of people may be surprised at what you end up creating or what your legacy is. Like, for example, if it's a business, it could be, you know, alternative healing. It could be methods that are kind of otherworldly or unconventional. If you wrote, a book or you created an artwork. It's like it's something that's very different. And when I say different, different in a high vibrational way, beyond the consciousness currently on earth. Success on the Four of Cups. Some people are surprised at your success or your level of success. People are surprised again how tenacious you are. You have a fierceness to your energy. I just saw 1331. And it's like they may again peg you as like this angel fairy, but it's like this warrior, then this warrior woman comes out, or there's this, I just saw a flash of like Xena, right? And it's funny, I'm pretty certain that actress has like triple Aries, like sun, moon, rising. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty certain. So it's like you have this side to you where it's really powerful, very, I just said primal. Like you could have that side to you that people don't see, very majestic, very regal, but it's like you only show this once people either cross you or they try to hurt the things you love and you have created. And you have blessings. Yeah, people are going to be surprised. With Knight of Pentacles, your success and blessings could have taken time. And again, this could still be future energy. You're still building, but it's like, because you took your time and you were patient, you set your foundation, you did the inner work, you cleaned up your environment, your connections to make sure only the things that were aligned with love were left in your life. It's like people may not see, and then all of a sudden you have a palace, right? But it wasn't, I don't feel it was quick or overnight. It's just that you've been laying the brickwork, or you've been taking step by step. And it's like now it's ready to be seen. For some of you, you move in silence. So I was also getting that energy here, and that surprises people. And then you pop out and you have like the most abundant life they've witnessed, or you have such abundance and blessings that it really, they may have thought, oh, maybe not much is going on. That's why they're not posting. And then you post, or, you have a level of success that's so visible, they can't deny it. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hi, Group 4. You are surprising people in every way possible, is what I'm hearing. Like, it would be quicker to list the ways you're not surprising people. So I feel for this group, number one, you're surprising people with your ascension, with your transformation. I'm hearing for this group, you've been through a lot of initiations, a lot of elevations, ascension, upgrades energetically. You're also surprising people because I'm hearing you're glowing or you're radiating. There's a light or an aura to you that is really profound. That sun, I'm getting illumination. So people may not even know what to make of your changes because they're so drastic and you've transformed so thoroughly. It blows their mind. They don't even understand how, or they don't even understand, maybe for some of you who you are anymore. You could seem like a completely different person. You're surprising people with your wisdom. You're surprising people with your ability to be seen or put yourself out there, not hide any aspect of self. For those of you who had a fear of, it could be a fear of being seen, or a fear of being in the spotlight, or leadership. Even for some of you, could have been at one point earlier on, in the spiritual closet, or you weren't as open about your spirituality and your spiritual path. Now I don't feel that energy at all. You're surprising people with your ability to guide and lead others with this Hierophant. You have wisdom and resources internally that they just don't even know what to make of it. You could be sharing wisdom or healing with the collective that is just very high vibrational, high dimensional, in the sense that I don't know how to explain it. It's like their mind can't make sense of it. That's what I'm getting. It's so either, intense or otherworldly. There's something about your energy as well. You're surprising people with your energy field. It's like if they walk past you, if they interact with you, your energy is so potent. That in itself surprises them, or they're not really, some people may become a little bit afraid because they don't even know what that energy is. They don't have words for it. I keep hearing that song. It's not really a song. Well, it's a poem, but Rise by Ben Harper. I keep hearing that song. So for some of you, and I look down and we have Phoenix energy. So you're also surprising people in terms of being this phoenix, constantly rising. And for some of you, I heard you overcame the devil, and not literally, metaphorically speaking. You overcame darkness, and specifically darkness within, right? The shadows within ourselves. Yeah, it's like you're not afraid to confront the darkness, the demons within, sadness, you know, the things. And when I say, what is darkness? Darkness is that which has been removed from the light, conscious awareness. And in truth, you know, at the core, everything is source, but, you know, the illusion of darkness, right? It's light veiled. So it's like you're not afraid to self-examine. You're not afraid to look, you know, the devil right in the eye, or the darkness in the eye, the serpent. It's like you don't shy away from things that would terrify other people. And when I say terrify, I think for some people, their greatest fear is actually confronting themselves, right? Is actually coming face to face with themselves or their hidden self, the shadow self. And it's like you've overcome that. And because you've overcome that fear and that energy within yourself, there's a lack of fear with anything outside of you. It's like when you reach that consciousness of knowing that everything is source, everything is God, even though it may be veiled. And I don't deny in the 3D, there's definitely the expression of darkness and these emanations, but it's like you operate from solely operating from source consciousness, from love, and understanding only love is real. Yes, there can, and yeah, not everything that you experience in the physical is going to feel or be loving as such, but at the core, there is only love. And it's like, look at this unwavering. It's like nothing daunts you. There's a complete absence of fear. I swear, every time I do group 4, it's just like it's out of this world, the energy. It's super advanced. It's hard to put into words some of these spiritual truths because it's just, the evolution is amazing. And with the King of Wands and the Hierophant, you could be surprising people with what a leader you are, right? How brightly you shine. Again, your energy right now, it's like you're lit up. Your energy field is just glowing. And it's like, even if you don't say anything, you have such a profound effect. And people may not even realize it's you. Like, say you walk into the room or you walk into a supermarket and you walk past someone, it may have an effect on them in their day in a positive way, or it may trigger almost like a healing, be a catalyst for healing, but they may not attribute it to you, right? Because for some of them, they didn't even interact with you. They may not have even noticed you walk by consciously, right? But it's like, that's what's creating the effect. Yeah, your energy is very activating. Yeah, you're surprising people with how powerful you are, because it's a power that's not of this world, right? It's the power of source, of God, of the divine. And it's like they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what this energy is or how to explain it. But yeah, fire of transformation, radical purification, violet flame, surrendering, resurrection. So again, I feel like you've risen and been resurrected many times. This group, you've gone through many initiations, ascensions, transformation. But again, violet flame is often used to conquer those karmic or denser energies, the darker energies, fear, fear, pain, hatred, these types of things. It's like they don't exist inside your consciousness anymore. People are surprised at, again, how you can face your demons head on, or the darkness head on, and come out of it, right? Because the reason a lot of people are afraid to do it is they feel like they wouldn't be able to go through it or survive, or it would have a lasting or lingering effect on them. And when they see you go through it, it makes them question, or they may be wondering, how are they doing that? Or how have they come out the other side? It's like there's something miraculous about your change or transformation. Like, it's really profound. Look at the golden light illuminating the heart chakra. And that's the thing. For this group, you are very loving and you come from a very high frequency, but it's not, when people think of loving, sometimes they think of like a softer, like, I don't want to say like pushover energy, but kind of like some people associate love with weakness. But whereas with you, they question that, because you're loving and you're very centered in your soul, your identity, but there's a really intense power to it, and not an egoic power. It's power that extends beyond the mind. And that's what I think baffles them a little. I feel like you've been through a lot of your trials, tribulations, and every time you come out of it even more vibrant and beautiful and glowing than before. Because some people may feel like, if I went through those challenges, or if I went through all those cycles of, growth and rebirth, you know, you might look a little tired or it may drain you. Whereas with you, it's like, no, like you come out better every time. It's like your light body is visible through your aura. That's what I'm getting as well. It's like people can see light emanating like from your auric field, or there's such an intense energy here that they have trouble expressing or explaining. You're also very grounded. Like even though your consciousness can go way up into, you know, the higher dimensions, you're still very grounded and practical. And that surprises people because perhaps they would think someone of that consciousness wouldn't be as practical. You have arise, know and flow as the love you are, bliss. Yeah, you've risen many, many times. And it's funny you have arise next to resurrection. I feel like people are surprised at how like life kind of works for you, or it's like you just float past challenges. They don't obstruct you the way they may someone else, or you're unfazed. Even if challenges did appear, I just feel like it wouldn't really throw you off, or you know the truth beneath the surface, so it doesn't influence you in the same manner. Star elders, signs and symbols, divine blueprints, amente. I feel like a lot of people are surprised because you may make them believe in star seeds or interdimensional beings. Like it may be very obvious to them that you are not of Earth, right? That you're very different, you're very unique. Even your feature, like your energy field, yes, but even your features, you know, the way your features look could be very different. Or there's something like very unusual and striking about you. You're surprising people with how confident you are in your spiritual truths, in your spiritual knowing, on your spiritual path. You have immense faith. And, you know, perhaps those who don't have that level of faith or don't even have that level of awareness, don't know these things about metaphysics and spirituality, that could surprise them. I think some people may desire or even envy your self-assurance or your confidence within yourself, but within how you navigate life. Integrating energies, awakening, transitioning. Again, you've been through many awakenings. You are definitely an elder and a star seed. Again, I keep getting like ascended master energy. But your ability, again, to awaken or go through these cycles of death and rebirth, it makes people realize it's like you help people no longer be afraid of change and transformation. If they were scared or if they remained stuck because they felt that was the safe or secure path, it's like you make them want to take a different path. You're not afraid to start over because you understand everything material is temporary but illusory as well, right? At its core, it's still source. You literally have star elders with star brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. For this group, you have a really strong connection to ancient Egypt as well. That doesn't really tie into this theme, but you do. But I'm getting in general, like you have, when I think of like, for example, pharaohs or deities from ancient Egypt, again, there's this power, right? There's some people may be a little bit afraid of your energy. They're surprised by how intense your energy is. And it kind of ties into your spiritual origins because you have such profound spiritual origins, knowledge, vibrations. It's like I don't know, some people have never encountered your energy before. So they're not really sure what to make of it. And they could be surprised again at how you can affect people, even in silence. Some of you as well could have really profound healing gifts when it comes to like transmissions or hands-on healing. Like you can have a huge ripple effect even without speaking, and that surprises people. We have I Remember, Soul Plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. You surprise people as well because you're not normal is what I'm hearing in the sense of 3D consciousness. Like you may live or operate in a way that's very, I just heard interdimensional, or again, you make people believe in like star seeds, ETs, like understanding that maybe there are different types of beings, or maybe there are much higher levels of consciousness than what we experience here. Even people that aren't that open to it, but it's very obvious to them that you're guided by spirit, and that may surprise them because they live life in a more practical way, or like their decisions are made from practicalities rather than from divine guidance. So again, a lot of people, I feel, not only surprised, but are inspired by how you live in unison with God. I just heard you walk with God or spirit or the universe. You walk in faith. And that, yes, surprises them, but I think they want that a bit. Yeah, with the transformation, you literally have transformation twice above the full. You're not afraid to start over. You could have little attachment to things, like you're not very attached to the material or people or situations. You're very good at like being free flowing and letting things go. But with this butterfly, you've been through so many transformations. You've been surprising people the whole time, but it's like you've well and truly surpassed, you know, the point of surprise, where they're just, maybe now they're so used to it, they don't even know what to think. With the Hierophant as well, they could be surprised at what a great teacher you are, specifically a spiritual teacher, but teaching in general. You have a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, you're very intelligent, and it's funny, your last card is enlightenment. Yeah, you definitely surprise people with how ascended you are, how enlightened you are, how much wisdom you have, especially when it comes to navigating your path, but you may give people really good advice for navigating their own journey. And they may be surprised that you could be someone who, you know, they don't know deeply, or you just offer like a sentence to help them and it, you know, it changes their life. Your words, your silence is powerful, but sometimes, you know, your words or the things you offer to another, you may not be aware of just the impact it has. And it may surprise them how much your words have affected them. And again, it's the energy source, the divinity flowing through you that's having such a profound effect. But these individuals may not be awakened fully, right? But I do feel for many of you with the Hierophant and enlightenment, you are here to help awaken masses, right? So some people, I do feel, are surprised or will be surprised at the effect that you have on the collective. Like, I feel for this group, you have a big purpose, but it's like you can't help but live this purpose when you reside in this energy. When you move through the world in that frequency, it's going to have an effect, right? A profound effect that is well beyond the mind, beyond logic and the ego. And I feel like you help to awaken people and help them to realize maybe there's more than the ego, right? Maybe there's more on a soul or spiritual level than what I've conceived previously. So that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonates, and I hope you have a beautiful day.